So let's start off by having a quick review of how I got on in game week 13. So in terms of my transfer, I made one free transfer. I sold Masuaku, who is out with a knee injury and has had to have an operation. In his place, I brought in Balbuena, and just my luck, Balbuena has now picked up a groin strain. I have been told that it is minor, but we'll have to monitor him to see how long Balbuena will be out for and if I'll have to sell him, having him played 0 minutes for me. So not ideal, but we'll see how it affected my team this week. So let's have a quick review of my points, my game week score and how my rank is looking at the moment. This is currently being reviewed just before the 2 games on Thursday evening, so Aston Villa against Burnley and Manchester United and Sheffield United are yet to kick off this evening. So with that in mind, Martinez has Burnley at home. Fingers crossed I can get some points out of him this evening, but we'll have to wait and see on that. Onto the defence, Lively Lamptey returned 6 points for me with a clean sheet against Fulham, and he also could have had an assist if Welbeck had sorted out his feet and put the ball in the back of the net. However, 6 points with him, I'm happy with that. Next up we've got Chilwell, who returned 5 points for me against Wolves. An assist but no clean sheet. Happy that it's that way round due to the amount of people that have a Chelsea defender, but fingers crossed in the coming weeks that Chilwell can show me that he has that defensive potential as well as that attacking threat. We next have Kyle Walker-Peters. Kyle Walker-Peters was an auto sub into my team with Balbuena not playing. Now Balbuena also would have scored 2 points, so this isn't too big a deal. 1 goal conceded by Kyle Walker-Peters against Arsenal. It could have been a clean sheet, but just the 2 for him this week. Continuously being happy to have Southampton defender in my team. Onto the midfield. Now we have Grealish at Burnley at home still to play. Fingers crossed for something from him. But more important, we have captain Bruno Fernandes away at Sheffield United. Fingers crossed that with his away form he gets the start tonight and that he can bring home some points to boost up my rank in these final stages of the game week. The 3 midfielders who did play. First we've got De Bruyne, my vice captain, who returned just 4 for me this week. No goals, no assists, but 2 bonus points as he was the most creative player on the pitch. What could have been, but happy I think, but we'll see how it goes, that I put the captaincy armband on Bruno rather than De Bruyne. Salah with a goal and no bonus points in the 2-1 win for Liverpool over Tottenham. Salah just keeps on getting those points, just keeps ticking along nicely, so very happy to have him. And finally Son with a 9-pointer, a goal and bonus points in a 2-1 loss against Tottenham, but just because of how clinical he is, that's why he's getting those bonus points. So continuing to be very impressed with having Son in my team. So now onto the forward line. Bamford returning me 6 points with a goal in a 5-2 win. What could have been, he could have had more returns with the amount of goals Leeds scored, but he was taken off a little bit early just to rest him for the weekend game. So happy with Bamford, he's ticking along nicely and his price continues to just go up, up, up. Next we've got Calvert-Lewin, 5 points, Mr. Consistent, the dynamic duo up front, continuously getting me points, absolutely loving it so far this season with these 2. So yeah, 5 for Calvert-Lewin, an assist, quite how it wasn't a goal I don't know, but happy with these 2 just getting the returns to tick along and add up the points week in, week out. I made the right decision with my bench, Mitchell on the bench with a 0, Brewster with 1, so I didn't really want to start them anyway with the amount of minutes that they're playing, but just happy with that again this week. On to how this impacts me. So I'm currently on 44 points and with a game week rank of 1.3 million. We do still have 3 players including Bruno Fernandes captain to play, so fingers crossed that I can boost this up towards 55-60 points for this game week. It has put my overall score up currently to 807, so a nice boost there this game week, and that has already moved my overall rank from an old rank of 96,000 to that of just 75,000. But with these 4 players to play, fingers crossed that it can end up being better than what it is at the moment at that 75k, but let's wait and see, guys. So now that we've reviewed game week 13, let's have a look at a few potential transfers that I could make in the build up to game week 14. Now, looking at players that I'm maybe selling, Calvert-Lewin is in there. There is some difficult fixtures coming up on the horizon, but it will make more sense potentially why I'm selling when we look at the potential replacements. He's returning points, yes, but not maybe as many as others could, as he gets sort of 5 or 6 most game weeks. Kevin De Bruyne with just 4 points at home to West Brom. Manchester City don't look quite themselves this season. He is creating chances, but I feel like there's players that could return me more points than the Belgian is at the moment. And finally, Brewster. This would just be because it's a slight change in shape for my team from a 3-5-2 into a 3-4-3, so it will mean upgrading Brewster and downgrading De Bruyne to a cheaper midfielder. In terms of the potential transfers in, we've got Danny Ings coming in for Calvert-Lewin. Now, Danny Ings to me is a Calvert-Lewin who can score a few more goals, he's on penalties, and he also scores more bonus points than Calvert-Lewin. Anguissa is a 4.5 midfielder who does create some chances for Fulham, but that money that comes out of De Bruyne to go into Anguissa will be used to upgrade Calvert-Lewin to Danny Ings, but also upgrade Brewster to get Harry Kane in. Tottenham have some really nice fixtures coming up over the Christmas period, and Tottenham and Harry Kane especially are in such hot form that I really want him in my team going into that Christmas run when you know he's going to play a lot of minutes. So to summarise those, it would be Calvert-Lewin to Danny Ings, De Bruyne to Anguissa, and Brewster to Harry Kane. Now, I currently only have one free transfer, so this would be a -8 this week if I was to do it. Now, I think it's unlikely that I make it this week, especially with Ings going to Manchester City this game week, so it's probably not transfers that I'll look to make this week, but with Ings playing Fulham next week, that could be a fixture that I look to target. So with those potential transfers in mind, let's have a look at how my team will look for game week 14. Just before we get into the final section of this video is sponsored by Fantasy Football Hub. They have great stats, articles, comparison tools, fixture tickers and so much more. From just £2 a month you can improve your FPL game. There is a link in the description which will give you 15% off. If you are interested, go and check it out. Available online and in the App Store. Enjoy. Now let's get back to the video. So let's have a look at my game week 14 team, shall we? So this is under the impression that I will make no transfers this game week. Now I don't really want to be taking a -8 and selling De Bruyne when he has Southampton and Newcastle in the next two. So I'll probably be looking to move him to Kane after that Newcastle fixture in game week 15 to bring Kane in when Tottenham go on to play against Fulham in game week 16. So at the moment I plan on making no transfers this week. So Martinez will start in goal with West Brom away. Now West Brom under new management now, we are unclear how this will affect their play, but Martinez is still a great option and I don't have a second goalkeeper, but still happy to have him every week. Lively Lamptey starting in my defence. He always looks great. He did return 6 points to me this week, so definitely happy to have him, especially with that Sheffield United at home fixture in game week 14. Chilwell at home to West Ham. Now he got an assist in game week 13, so really good that he is still getting these attacking returns, but I would like to see a clean sheet from Chelsea in the next few weeks to make it really worth my while owning Chilwell. Now Balbuena missed game week 13 with a slight injury. He is going to start for me in game week 14 away at Chelsea. Now I do expect Chelsea to get a clean sheet, but my only other option on the bench is Kyle Walker-Peters, who is playing Manchester City. I feel like the attacking threat of Balbuena from a corner is more than that of Kyle Walker-Peters, hence why I've favoured Balbuena, but I don't expect many points from either of these two. Into my midfield I've got Jack Grealish, who has West Brom away. He actually gets my vice captaincy. It often works that Jack Grealish has his ups, he has his downs, and I don't know, I just have a feeling about him this game week, hence why he's got the vice captaincy, although I'm not quite maverick enough to put the armband on him. The armband at the moment is on Mohamed Salah. He just seems to be ticking along, getting those points every single week. I don't necessarily need a haul for my captain every week, just someone that I feel I can rely on to get some points, you know, a goal, an assist or something, so that it is doubled and they start to really add up throughout the course of the season. Against a Crystal Palace team who have been mixed defensively so far this season, but yeah, Salah is my captain at the moment for game week 14. Next up in my midfield we have Kevin De Bruyne. Now Kevin De Bruyne has actually got quite a difficult fixture this week away at Southampton, who have been one of the best defences so far this season. Now he does continue to create chances and he is still a good option, but just because of this Southampton defence he does not get the armband for me this week. Next up we have Son. Leicester at home is a good fixture, although Son does seem to favour some of the more tougher away matches where he can score on the break against top teams like he did against Liverpool this week. A good option, again, I'm happy to have Son in my team, Leicester at home this week, and some great fixtures on the horizon for Tottenham. Next in my midfield, and finally we have Bruno Fernandes. Now Fernandes could get the captaincy armband for me again this game week, although a home fixture where we have seen his form away from home be much better. However, Leeds have been poor defensively, especially having conceded 2 to Newcastle this week, so there is potential that Bruno gets my captaincy armband again this week just because of the amount of consistency he has shown for the majority of his time at Manchester United both this season and last season. Up front, we've still got Patrick Bamford. Now Manchester United away may look a tough fixture on paper, but Manchester United, well, you don't know what you're going to get from them defensively, and there's definitely a chance with the amount of chances that Leeds create and that Bamford gets, there's definitely potential for him to get returns for me this week. Next we have Arsenal at home for Calvert-Lewin. Now Arsenal have been very mixed so far this season and sit very much lower in the table than you'd want them to if you're an Arsenal fan. So there's definitely potential with Calvert-Lewin to get on the score sheet or get an assist as he has done in the past couple of weeks. So he's very well owned this season. A lot of us liking Calvert-Lewin for the points he's returning, and I'm happy to have him for my game week 14 team. Now this leaves my bench with Kyle Walker-Peters, Mitchell and Brewster, with Forster my backup goalkeeper. Very little to come off my bench, although Kyle Walker-Peters is there if Balbuena does not recover in time with a home fixture against Manchester City. So that's how I plan on lining up for game week 14. Fingers crossed it's a green arrow for myself, but more importantly all of you as well. If you have enjoyed the video, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe as well. Turn on notifications for future videos as well as live streams which come at you at least once per game week. But most importantly and finally, good luck in game week 14 guys. I hope it goes well and I look forward to hearing how you all get on in game week 14.